What's up, folks? I forgot to put a spoiler warning before all this, but there are pretty significant spoilers throughout this episode. So, if y'all haven't watched the movies yet, I would suggest that you don't listen to this episode just yet. Go back to my first episode and listen through my personal suggestions on how to watch all of the content within the Star Wars universe that is of relevance, and then come back to this episode because it'll still be here whenever you're done. But I just didn't want to accidentally ruin anything for anybody. That's something that I'm very careful about, at least early on in this podcast. So just be wary of that, and hope that y'all enjoy what I have for y'all today.
A desert planet with twin suns.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
Use my knowledge. Much to learn. You still have.
Welcome back to Twin Sun Talks Regs. Just remembered that I gave y'all that name, so I'm going to use it now. My name is Jonah Liu. I'm your host, and I really hope that y'all enjoy what we have for y'all today. We have another guest on, which is super exciting, coming all the way from Houston, Texas. He's the life of the party. He's the world's biggest Scarlett Johansson fan, and he unfortunately has a mullet right now, but we don't judge him too much for that. We have Shaun Do. Shaun, how you doing, bud?
I am doing fantastic. It's a pleasure to be here, and yes, I do have a kicking mullet right now, but that's subject to change later. I'm not too sure. And long live ScarJo. Let's get this going.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Okay, so right off the bat, I want to give, or not give, I want to, dude, I just can't speak right now. I don't know why. I have like a mental block. I need a profile of you. So if this is y'all's first time watching, every time I have someone on, I'm just going to do a brief profile of them as a Star Wars fan. So I'm going to have them give me my their favorite movie, character, show, and then if they could have a lightsaber, what color would it be? So Shaun, why don't you hit me with all four of those things right now?
Okay, so starting off, favorite movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Revenge of the Sith, number
Love
3.
it. Yeah.
It's just the best thing you could ever watch. What was the other one? Show, right?
Character next.
Character next. Oh man, I'm sticking with Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
Best dude I've ever seen. He could probably take out Thanos, but that's for another topic.
Yeah, it is.
What else? Sorry.
Show.
So I haven't really gotten that much into Clone Wars.
Okay.
Jonah's been pushing me for that, but Mando is bomb.
It
Whole
is. I
thing.
completely agree.
Can't wait to see what they do in the future, but yeah, I'm sticking with that.
Okay, and then lightsaber color. Round it out.
So this one, I got two. Part of me really loves the dark saber.
Of course. Who doesn't? Yeah.
Yeah. But the OG blue lightsaber is my
Yeah.
color for sure. I'm a
Love it,
dog
man.
out here for sure.
Yeah. Jedi Guardian. I like that.
Yeah.
And I might have Shaun back on for my lightsaber video, or not video. I keep saying that. That's happened in a few episodes now. In my lightsaber episode, where he might just pop on for a segment to give his takes on certain things, but who knows? We'll see, won't we, Shaun? So what this episode is essentially going to just be a bunch of ranting and hot takes. It's going to be kind of the meat of this episode is going to be I've got a bad feeling about this. And yeah, so I'm just going to go over some things that get me really heated about the Star Wars franchise. Shaun's going to give us some hot takes. He knows how to push my buttons when it comes to this kind of stuff, so that's why I have him on today. So without further ado, let's get right into I've got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Alrighty, let's dive right into this thing. So, Shaun, do you have anything to start us out with, or do you want me to get us going?
I'm gonna let you start off.
All right. So, what are your feelings on Ray Skywalker?
Ray Skywalker. I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I'm just really excited about this topic. Ray Skywalker. You know, man. She may be a Palpatine. She may be. But who cares about that, bro? You already know she is a Skywalker. She is the best ever Jedi to live. She knows how to fight. She knows how to use the Force effectively. You know, she single-handedly carried the whole Republic to the Force. And I don't know
Oh
why you're
man.
laughing there, but I hope you know that I'm completely serious about this. And I wonder what you think about that.
You see, my main issues, and once again, we're gonna run into the same issue where I'm gonna say a lot that I'm gonna go into a lot of this stuff more when give. I'm gonna have a whole episode about my thoughts on the sequels, and in my episode with Scott Fonseca when we talked about our favorite things about the movies, I had all of my positive things to say. In this one, I'm gonna have all of my negative things to say, and then that episode we're gonna have a more nuanced conversation. But when I when it comes to Ray Skywalker, or just Ray taking the Skywalker title, Skywalker name, I think that it just really undercuts the whole premise of "Don't be afraid of who you are," which is a very consistent motif throughout the Rise of Skywalker. And I just think that part of me, it's not even that she doesn't deserve the name Skywalker, because Luke and Leia were both very influential mentors to her, but I just think that it is such a it causes the movie to fall a little bit flat for me, because I feel like having her be a Palpatine was such a great explanation for why she was so innately powerful, for why she was that's really it, because the fact that she was able to like take on Kylo Ren, who had been training his entire life, and beat him was so ridiculous, and she had never held a lightsaber before. And I think that having her and then just have her discard that was just like, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And it still bothers me to this day.
See, the difference between you and me is that you're just so tunnel vision onto the Palpatine part. But what's
Yes.
great is that like she was the true one to overthrow, or I guess kill off. You know what I'm talking about, right? I think
Yeah, the
everybody
fact
knows
that
what
they
I'm
made
talking
they
about.
made her the chosen one
She,
instead of Anakin
she was,
Skywalker.
yeah, but what made it great was because that allows her to become a Skywalker. That's why we call her Ray Skywalker these days. Like, sure, they made a way to not make Anakin the chosen one, but why not do a little bit better and make literally, I guess, his adopted granddaughter to be the one? How
It's
great is that?
so it's so disrespectful, and it makes me so mad. And once I'm gonna have an entire separate episode about the prophecy of the chosen one and my feelings about how the sequels disrespected that prophecy, but it completely negates. For those of you who don't know, the prophecy of the chosen one was essentially a prophecy of one who would bring balance to the Force, and it was foretold that Anakin Skywalker would be that chosen one. But the fact that the Emperor didn't die in Episode 6 proves that he wasn't the chosen one. It just means that Anakin Skywalker was just some guy. The Skywalkers don't matter. Rey was the chosen one. That's what this implies.
Well,
And that sucks, especially for someone who has Anakin Skywalker as their favorite character.
look, man. I was okay, I agree with you. He should have been the chosen one. He should have just ended it all from there, and they could have started a great new storyline or whatever. But dude, how cool is it? Dude, literally they chose a person that couldn't even pick up a Skywalker. They made her train with Luke Skywalker himself. I guess her step uncle or whatever. Dude, it just made a great storyline even after number 6, in my opinion.
I think that it could have been done a lot better, but that's a take for another day, I suppose. What are your thoughts on Reylo, Sean?
Reylo, man. Look, I don't even know what your thoughts are, and I'm specifically here um, because I know I have a lot of conflicting ideas. But Reylo, how cute are they, man? Come on, come on. You can't tell me that, dude. Like, Rey, she's like an honorary Skywalker, and then we literally have a Skywalker himself. Like,
Yeah, so it's like incest. Yeah,
no,
you don't like
not
that.
no,
You don't
not
like that
like
kind of
that,
stuff.
bro. Like, it's almost like they were meant to be. Like, they're just like, I don't know, man. It's just like kind of like the cool friend of the family that everybody, just like me and you, you know. Yeah.
That's not. I don't want to be compared to Reylo. I think that you and I are much better than Reylo, and I don't. No, no, that's bad. It's very
I'm
bad.
just talking
Reylo's
about two great friendships, okay?
okay.
Okay.
Reylo is not a friendship. Reylo is a ship name, and it's not that kind of ship. It's a relationship, and it's terrible.
Yeah, they did kind of ruin the vibe when they kissed, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Entire. Well, that's what I was talking about. The whole thing where it's like, oh, I want Reylo to happen. Like, I want Kylo and Rey to get together and like.
But see, that
But
wasn't even the point of Reylo though. I feel like
it
that
was the point of
kiss.
Reylo.
Oh, that kiss is literally what drove the Force into like, bro. He just brought all of her freaking powers into one, and then now she has literally a Skywalker in her. So
That's such a weird way to say it, dude.
you know,
Such...
let me reestablish to the viewers of this podcast. I am indeed a reg, and Jonah's just here to really teach me a lot more about Star Wars, and I do have a lot of conflicting ideas with him. So
Oh man, it just yeah, and we're having fun.
we're
Sean and I
having
have been
fun.
buddies for how long now? We knew each other in elementary school. We didn't get to be friends until sixth grade, so that's like 7 years, give
Yeah,
or take 8,
seven,
somewhere
eight
there.
years. There was a lot of Star Wars scenes filmed between
Of
us.
course, and
Um,
yeah, none that have ever seen the light of day, but
yeah,
they were fun to do.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
for those of you who don't know, I used to have a film studio company. Well, I still do. I just haven't done anything with it recently. It's called Ninja Golfer Films, and who knows? Maybe Sean and I do something with that in the future. It's
Hmm.
unclear, but that may or may not be something that we're planning on doing. Okay. Well, I feel I don't want to say too much about Ray because I feel like everything so far has been about Ray, and I don't want to be. I don't hate the sequels as much as it comes across. I think that they're fine. I just get mad because I feel like they wasted the potential. But for one last thing, what are your thoughts on Disney deeming the Skywalker lightsaber to be Rey's lightsaber?
Okay. You know, this is actually very dear to my heart because I grew up not like not like a lot of these guys out here. I actually grew up watching like 1 through 6 in that order, not not in the release date order, I guess.
Okay.
So I grew up with Anakin, obviously that's why he's my favorite, and I grew up with his lightsaber. I had many toy lightsabers, but my favorite one was always Anakin's. So it kind of hurt a little bit. It did kind of hurt a little bit to deem it as Rey's lightsaber now. But
Okay.
who else to honestly give
Oh,
it to? You need to think about that part. Like, who are we gonna give that lightsaber to? Who is worthy enough to wield that lightsaber?
yeah, I was so happy that you were actually like I was like, "Oh, I actually agree with that." Like, yeah, it was completely disrespectful that they just completely rebranded it as Rey's lightsaber when she has no claim to it other than the fact that she found it in a basement somewhere. But yeah, and she broke it. Don't forget that. She like literally snapped it in half. But but yeah, no, it's not her lightsaber. It's not. She's borrowing it. It wasn't even Luke's lightsaber. If it's anyone's lightsaber, it was Obi-Wan's lightsaber because he had it for the longest out of anybody. But and she further disrespected it by putting it in sand at the very end of it all. Like that was just like ultimate
Well,
screw you to Anakin.
I think it was more of a ritual, a
But
burial
yes, I know
ritual to lay
that.
rest.
Playing into the memes.
Come on, man.
But
You gotta respect the lightsaber, man. Come on.
I am respecting the lightsaber, but they're not because they made it Ray's. How are you gonna brand it as Ray's lights? It's the sky branded as the Skywalker lightsaber, and then when you name her Ray Skywalker, then it falls into that category.
Hey,
But it is a
man. You gotta give respect to this new age of Star Wars, man. Like just
have
like me, who grew up with Phantom Menace, we got number two that I always forget the title of because it's not that
Attack of
great.
the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, and then Revenge of the Sith, the best movie ever. Like I grew up with Anakin's lightsaber, and you said it yourself. It is technically Obi-Wan's lightsaber. So we just have to respect the way that Star Wars has evolved and how it's catering towards this new generation, just like it had to us.
It's not even catering to this new generation. It's catering to money, and they don't care about the storyline because they didn't even like have a set storyline in place whenever they went into this. They were just like, oh, let's make it up as we go along. They didn't even have Rey as the Emperor's granddaughter until like midway through production, which is just so disrespectful and so just like it's like
Who
dude,
directed the movie at that time when they
J.J.
made
Abrams.
JJ?
It was
Okay.
it was supposed to be, I'm gonna butcher his name, Colin Trevorrow. I don't know if I said that name correctly, but he left production due to creative differences with Disney, which happens a lot with these movies. I think it happened to Solo, and I think it might have happened with Rogue One as well. But just the fact that the sequel trilogy is such a patchwork of disjointed storylines, and they flat out said, yeah, we didn't have any idea what we were doing going into this, because they focused on retconning The Last Jedi while also trying to wrap up all these things in a satisfying way, which I think that they failed at miserably. But it's I I don't even know, man. It gets me really mad because I think that it is just like they approached it in a very immature and just I don't even know, dude. It was just it was not good. It's not I think it's fine for what it is, but I think that it could have been so much better, and more on that later, but
More on
what do you
that,
think?
yeah.
This is dead space. They can't see you moving your hands. So like what
Wait, are we like gonna edit this out or is this all still one take?
This is all still one take. We're just
Dude.
talking, man.
Oh shoot. Yeah. I mean, sorry, I just kind of, as a reg, I kind of got jumbled up by everything you were saying. But
Sorry,
what I
yeah.
what I did get from it was that they made. I feel like they just made these movies. They literally just wanted to. I don't know. They wanted to make so much, and they got super impatient about everything, and they made
Mm-hmm.
super impatient decisions that they just
Exactly.
wanted to speed things up and make things look as cool as possible.
I completely
But
agree.
I feel like in turn, or what resulted from that was making super predictable things,
I completely
or
agree.
just super flat out sucky
Yep.
things. Yeah, for us to watch. But
Yeah.
I do love the way they developed, obviously Ray, um,
Could have been better, but yes.
Kylo.
Could have
I
been
feel
better,
like
but yes.
Kylo's not one of my favorite villains, but he's pretty cool, I guess. But
Not even a villain, man. At that, and that was something I talked about with Scott.
anti-hero.
Like,
Yeah.
he's not even a villain in this trilogy, and he was made to be the main villain. But I think that was one of the major pitfalls, was they made their villain too relatable and too
Mhm.
likable, and that kind of drove the conflict away as the central storyline and made it just about the characters, which works. But they didn't frame it like that. They didn't frame it as like Falcon Winter Soldier is a very character driven show. This is a Marvel show. I'm going off book here, but
Which I haven't
it's
watched yet.
it's a
Just
very
saying.
character driven show rather than a conflict driven show, and
Mhm.
it works because that's how what it was made to be. Whereas I think that it and the sequel trilogy ended up being a much more character driven sequel when they were trying to make it conflict driven, and it
Mhm.
clashed and it didn't work at all for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is
And they
one
ruined
thing
the
I
prophecy
agree
of the
with.
chosen one, which is awful. And Kylo Ren is not a Sith. I just made like a Lego pointillism thing for Darth Vader, and it's titled the Sith, and Kylo's one of the options. He's not a Sith. He's not a Sith. He's not a Jedi. He uses the dark side, but he's not a Sith. The Sith were a very specific like faction of Force users, and he is not one of them. Just wanted to establish that.
I very much agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do still love him though. He's my man.
I mean, I like Kylo. He's my favorite sequel trilogy character, and I think that,
Really?
yeah. I mean,
Man, I haven't really
out
thought
of
of
the
that.
characters that were introduced, like I think Rey's boring. I think that Finn and Poe should have been developed a lot more. I don't
I
know,
wanted to
and I
see more
think
of Poe, to be honest. Poe
yeah,
really caught my eye. Yeah.
Hux is nobody. Snoke is nobody. Who else? There wasn't really anybody else. BB-8 is
We're just
fine.
sticking to the movies, right? Or like I guess that's all that's been released
I mean, yeah, I
in
was gonna say what else? There are
progressing the story.
comics, but
I was
I
just thinking about
guarantee that
like
you haven't.
the recent movies that were released. Like
Oh, you mean like the spin-offs, like Solo and
Yeah, but I guess those are like back in the
Those are
times.
good in my opinion. I think that the spin-offs have been great. I really
Yeah.
like Rogue One's my second favorite Star Wars movie, and I love Solo. I think that it gets a bad rep, but I talked about that in my episode with Scott. It was like I think that it's good.
Mm.
But okay, I don't want to just make this entirely sequel based. Also, I don't like Rose.
Hey
One more
man,
sequel thing. She was
Rose,
useless. She's useless though. She's useless, and you know it.
dude, dude. Okay, right. Okay, let me just get my facts straight. This might be a spoiler alert.
It's all been.
Rose,
I'm gonna put a
yeah,
spoiler alert at the
yeah.
beginning of this episode because this has all been spoilers.
Okay, Rose, don't like Rose and Finn kissed, right?
It's awful. It's
Okay,
so you.
dude, I don't like her because I don't like the fact that she ruined the literal chase that Finn had for Rey. Like I think he was amazingly chasing her, and he is the biggest simp of the whole galaxy besides my boy Anakin, but we're not going to talk about that. But man, Rose did get on my nerves for being the side chick for Finn.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, simp is a term used to describe a man or woman who goes after somebody uh, in the hopes of a romantic attachment and kind of changes who they are in the hopes of achieving that romantic attachment without having any reciprocation from the other person. So that's what Shaun means when he says simp. And Anakin Skywalker is the biggest simp in history because he literally committed Jedi side
Hey
simping.
man, hey man. If I
And
saw a girl
Natalie Portman.
like no, I was thinking about her Star Wars character actually.
Padme, yes, of
Yes,
course.
Padme. If I saw a girl like Padme being played by, of course, Natalie Portman, of course, man. Like, who wouldn't? So, I don't blame Anakin on that part. I almost embrace it. So, yeah.
Well, okay, on the topic of Padme, one of the things that gets me most heated is the way that she dies. She dies of sadness.
It's a thing, man. It's a
It,
thing.
it is actually a thing. I read that it's an actual medical thing where your heart, like you essentially like there's so much strain like within your cardiac region that I think it's your heartstrings literally snap and
Mm.
your heart can like collapse and you die. I could be wrong. Don't like take that as like, but okay. I think that it's just like she's such a cool character. She's a warrior. She's a senator. She's awesome. And then she just dies because she's sad because her husband is mean to her. Like, come on, man.
Well,
And
part of me is like,
that's an
yeah.
oversimplification, but like, still.
No, I mean, part of me is like, okay, yeah, that was kind of stupid, but like, part of me says that that's actually what keeps Anakin still Anakin, I guess, because even though he's literally completely turned to the dark side, he still has emotions and is still sad that his literal Natalie Portman dies because she's giving birth to his kids. Like, that's still
Well,
what
he
makes
doesn't know
Darth
that
Vader
though.
human.
He
What do you
doesn't know
mean?
that.
What do
He
you
doesn't
mean?
even know that he has kids until episode 5.
Okay, take them kids out the way. Luke Skywalker, Leia, they ain't important. All we know, honestly, I would be the same. All I know is if my Natalie Portman died, I'd still be sad, and that'd still make me human at the end of the day. And if I
It's
did have a
true.
son that just pops out of nowhere, of course I would sacrifice my life for him, man. Come on. Like
I'm so glad
Padme's the
that you're
real OG.
I'm glad that you're trying to emulate Darth Vader in your life. That's very comforting. But but I mean, also I've seen a theory that like Palpatine like uses the last of Padme's life essence to keep Vader alive, and because like in the movie, Padme dies like as Vader is being brought to life, quote unquote. And I'll go over that more in depth in my video about, or not video, I keep saying that, in my episode about conspiracy theories in the Star Wars universe, where I'll go over
Wow.
Darth Jar Jar. I'll go over Natalie Portman, or not Natalie Portman, but the cause of Padme's death. I have a couple other things, but those are what we're going to be hitting. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
Oh, what was that quiz that you were talking about?
Oh yeah, that's the rank of master. Well, I was talking about this segment, but we can move into the rank of master if you'd like.
Oh, what other heated arguments or topics do I have for you? Do you want to talk about whether or not Anakin can destroy, and I emphasize destroy Thanos, or do you want to save that
Okay.
for a different?
Well, okay, we can talk about it a little bit. I was gonna have an episode where we talk. It's gonna be Star Wars versus everything,
Okay.
and I can have you on, and Jeb's gonna be on as well, my brother Jeb, and we can talk about this kind of stuff. But okay, so we can have like a little
Well,
teaser for
we
that.
can actually just tease him a little bit and be like,
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's say we have Anakin Skywalker and Thanos from the Marvel Cinematic Universe facing off 1v1. Who wins between them two?
if I could see this happen 100 times, I would see Anakin beat Thanos every time. And
Okay.
that is not even debatable. I don't think it's debatable. Jonah's gonna try to make it debatable, but you
Well,
can't take Anakin out of this, bro.
you see, I've thought a lot about this. And Sean knows that.
Yes,
We have this
we actually
conversation
have
a lot,
talked about this a lot. So
like quite a bit. And so my main deal is okay. So assuming that the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Star Wars exist within the same universe, is the Force a byproduct of the Infinity Stones, or is the Force what created the Infinity Stones? Because it is unclear whether or not the Force is unique to the Star Wars galaxy, or if it like is literally like a force throughout the universe. So if the stones were created by the Force, then I say Anakin wins because he has control over the Force, which would then control Thanos because the stones, which makes Thanos just powerless at that point because he has
Yep.
the lightsaber, he has the Force. Thanos isn't going to be able to get anywhere near him. And some might make the argument that, well, okay, that means Thanos has the power of the Force. No, it doesn't. There's no Force stone. There's no Force stone.
There is no Force
So,
stone.
So in that situation, I think Anakin wins. If the Force is created as a byproduct of the reality that the stones create, then Thanos wins. Unfortunately, I have to say. But that's my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously more to talk about this, but
There is
I
more to talk
guess
about.
this is a good place to leave
Stay
it
tuned
at.
for
Yeah.
another episode where we do Star Wars versus everything. We'll go over Star Wars characters versus Marvel characters versus DC characters versus Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings, all that kind of stuff. More to come later. So yeah, keep an eye out for that episode coming out in a bit. Well, okay, so I think that we're done with. I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's move right into the rank of master.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
Alrighty. So what we have for the rank of master is this is essentially an ongoing incentive for people to come back on the podcast. What it's going to be is your starting rank is youngling, then you're going to move up if you win to Padawan, then to knight, and then finally to master. What it's going to be is a 3-question quiz. They're going to be of ambiguous point values, and like the real Jedi Council, I'm going to let my personal biases and opinions of you as a person determine whether or not you should move on to the next rank, along with your performance on the quiz, obviously. But yeah, and if you want context within the Star Wars universe for any of these questions, I may or may not give it to you. Who knows? So you ready, Sean?
No, but where am I guess. This should really test how far I am in the dark side, not the light side, but
no pressure, but Scott did advance.
Dude, of course Scott advanced. He's like Scott, man. You can't beat him, but
so
let's go.
Okay, so first question. Who was the mentor of both Luke and Anakin Skywalker?
Alright. Wait. So we got Luke here. Luke. So mentors of. Oh wait.
Dude, you're
sorry.
This so
I just finished classes, but yes. My main man Obi-Wan Kenobi. Benjamin.
That is correct.
As we
yes,
say these days.
He goes by Ben Kenobi. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are correct. You are 1 for 1 so far.
Woohoo!
Moving on to question number 2. How old is Yoda when he dies?
Dude, I didn't even know he. Wait. There's an age on this guy? Okay, wait.
Yeah,
Hold
he
on, hold
says
on,
it
hold on.
multiple times.
Dude, no way, bro. Okay.
He literally says it right before he dies.
Okay, no, okay, look. I know. Dude, he he died in like. Man, I'm really thinking about this. Okay, look. So, you know in Mando, right?
Yes,
Boda was like, or Baby Yoda was he was like 500 something years, right?
incorrect. Baby Yoda was 50 years old.
It's 50 or 500. It was one of those. So like, I'm assuming Yoda is like, oh, if I say like a range, will I get this right?
No.
Or do I have to say ah man. All right,
Well,
you know
okay.
we're
Do
shooting.
you want the quote with the name bleeped out, or like I'll not include the age, but I'll give you the quote where he says how old he is.
Nah.
No. Okay.
They ain't gonna do me anything, I guess. Look, I'm gonna just say he is 835 years. We're going for proximity here.
That is actually okay. If we were playing by Price is Right rules, you would be correct because it's 900, but I can't really give you that.
It's all good. I was just shooting
The
for
quote
it.
is, "When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not." So
Oh, okay.
you are 1 for 2 right now.
What
So
is passing in this
it's
quiz?
ambiguous. I don't know. I don't have a point system for this.
Okay.
It's mainly I just go off of vibes. But
Okay.
so who has the first line of dialogue in Star Wars?
Oh man, I gotta think about this. Okay.
And this is
So
meaning episode 4. So like in release
yeah.
order,
Yes.
what is the first line of dialogue, or who's it spoken by?
Okay. What I can remember, I haven't seen episode 3 or 4 in a fat minute. Okay. What I remember is either it starts off either like good, like with like Luke and whatever. I might be
Okay.
so wrong, but it's either starts with that or it starts with like a Darth Vader segment or like a dark side segment, you know?
Okay.
And like I remember on the other side, Luke was with like his uncles, I think, or like right, it was his uncles,
Correct.
yes, or uncle and aunt, and then I don't even remember the other part, but dude, wait, did you ask the same questions for Scott?
No.
How'd Scott do?
Scott did 3 for 3.
Oh my gosh, of course he did. All right, Scott. I'm running for second place. Okay. Dude, there's no way Luke Skywalker said the first line of dialogue. You know what? I'm gonna say, dude, it has to be like Luke's uncle or something. It's Luke's uncle.
That is incorrect. It was C3PO.
Dude, no way! They gave the first dialogue to a robot, bro.
It's a droid, actually.
Droid,
But
I'm sorry. No droids.
but yeah, so they are on board. So the opening shot is of the Tantive 4 being chased by a Star Destroyer. And then we go within the Tantive 4, which is Leia Organa's ship, and C3PO is having a conversation with R2D2.
Wow.
And those are the first lines of dialogue in Star Wars.
Wow. Dude, so like Leia's out here like literally dying for her galaxy or planet or whatever, and Luke's literally out here living like a bum with his uncles
Yeah.
and aunt. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
wow.
She's
Wow,
getting
that was
captured by Vader, and he's just out there chilling.
yeah. Wow, that was a throwback, man. I haven't seen that in
It
a while.
was. Yeah. Maybe we can watch it sometime.
Oh, for
But
sure.
okay, so you went 1 for 3.
I'm sorry, Scott.
The council. See, I don't know whether to be nice or not. I don't think I'm gonna
Okay,
be
wait.
nice.
Let's what are we at? We're at 33 minutes right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So this whole thing works like So what am I at right now? What level am I at?
You're at a youngling right now.
Am I at a youngling? See,
The most you can progress right now is to Padawan.
oh my
And
gosh, there's
and then
no way.
no, because Scott's only a Padawan as well. So if you win a segment, you go up one rank. You don't go up like multiple ranks per segment because I want people on here as much as possible. So
Yeah. Look,
I
just to
do
make it
believe
easier
that
on
I
you,
have.
just to
Huh?
make it easier on you, I would be perfectly fine with still being a youngling because,
Okay.
you know,
Well.
Anakin's after those Padawans, so. But
Okay. Yeah. So
yeah.
the council has reached a decision, and I'm sorry, but we cannot grant you the rank of Padawan. You will remain a youngling, and I will have to ask you to take a seat.
Take a seat.
But
Hey,
next time you're
just
on,
like Anakin, man, just like my main man
exactly.
Anakin.
Yeah. Just I don't know. I don't know how to tell you to study up because like these are very. I don't even know. Like they're pretty. I gave you all original trilogy questions. That was maybe a little unfair of me.
Yeah,
But
come on,
I
man.
didn't spread it out all that much. But yeah. So unfortunately, I can't grant you the next rank. But uh, we'll have you on another time, and we can do this again.
Yes,
That
and
sound good?
nah, every time you come back now, we have to watch a movie. That's my
Okay,
studying up,
perfect.
all right?
All right, perfect. Yeah, we can watch A New Hope after this
Bet.
one. How about that?
No, 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 no. I want to watch wait, why A New Hope?
Because you just missed the
Okay,
question
no,
about A
no.
New Hope.
No, let's start from the beginning. I want to start from the beginning.
Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched the movies before, first of all, you shouldn't be listening to this because there were just so many spoilers in this entire episode. But second of all, go back to my if you haven't and you would like to go back to my first episode of this podcast where I go over what the best order to watch the movies and the shows is, and yeah, go ahead and do that and enjoy whatever else we have up for you. I hope y'all do. So I think that's all that I have for the rank of master at this time. I'm sorry, Shaun, but you're gonna remain a youngling. You're still. Did you say that Anakin's going after the Padawans earlier? Is that what you said?
Dude, he's going after the younglings, bro.
He is going after the younglings. You are still.
Oh! Oh my god. Hey, at least I'll get to meet Anakin, I guess.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you're
know.
still in danger of falling victim to the Youngling Slayer 9000. But um that's a better name than Ray's lightsaber. I think that they should brand it as Youngling Slayer 9000. That's my hot take for this episode. But okay. So on that note, it wouldn't be a proper episode if I didn't leave y'all with a little bit more. So, what I have for y'all today is the language within the Star Wars universe is called Basic, at least the most common one, and that is what most of the characters speak. It's English, but they call it Basic. And Arabish was the written system used to transcribe Galactic Basic, and the name was a combination of the first two characters, Arik and Besh. And I will post the Arabish alphabet on my website and on my Instagram so that y'all can check that out. But yeah, basically Star Wars has its own written language, which I think is pretty dope.
Wow.
So yeah, what do you think about that, Shaun?
I'm gonna say this from here on out. First person to say, Shaun, you are the best person in the world in the language that Jonah posts, I will give them a whopping $10.
Wow.
Wow.
Shaun just put out a cash prize. I don't think we've ever done this on
Hey,
this
who knows? The
podcast
winner
before.
might be myself, but
It's
that
very
just gives
true.
y'all a better incentive to tune into these videos, I guess. So.
Hey man, yeah, yeah. Who knows? Whenever Shaun's on, he might just give out $10, maybe to himself, but who's to say?
We're all about
So
equality here, Jenna. We're
we,
all
we
about
are, yeah. Everyone gets an equal opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great. That's beautiful. Okay, well, do you have anything else, or should I close this out?
No, man, it's been an honor on here, and I can't wait to be back.
Beautiful. Well, I think that's all that we have for y'all today. Regs, I really appreciate y'all listening. If this was y'all's first time, I hope that y'all enjoyed it. This was a little less structured than normal. This is a little more free
Yeah,
form.
that's how it is with
Um,
me, I guess. So.
but uh, but I hope it was. We had fun, so I hope that y'all enjoyed it. If y'all want to follow us on Instagram, we are at Twin Sun Talks. Find us on YouTube. We are Twin Sun Talks podcast, and pretty much the one-stop shop for everything about this podcast would be our website, which is twinsuntalks.wixsite.com/twin-sun. So yeah, support us any way you can. I really appreciate y'all. If y'all want to get notifications whenever these episodes come out, go ahead and log in and create an account on my website, and I'll send out email blasts to y'all. But that's all that I have for y'all today. I really hope that y'all are having good ones. If y'all have any questions or anything, feel free to email in. I'm gonna start a segment where I'm gonna be answering questions from y'all soon, and so I'm hoping to get some stuff from y'all in the future. So, with that being said, you've taken your first steps into a larger world. May the force be with you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, friends.